All right, folks, Jermaine Farrell in the house. It is the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Media Days. We're getting ready for the 2025 high school football season, and we turn our attention to the Cliff, their crew from Ferncliff. We're talking about the William Fleming Colonels joining me right now. Head coach in his third year with William Fleming, and of course, it is Nick Leftwich. Coach Leftwich, thank you so much, sir.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me.
Well, Coach, last year, another strong season. You went 11-2. You lost in the Region 5C finals to LC Burden, a close game, 10-7.
Yes, sir.
And it just seems like over the last couple of years, you guys are building that momentum, getting things going in your first 2 years. You could talk about that overall and your expectations for this year.
We've made some good progress. You know, we had some success year one and then built on that in year two. And, you know, we've been to back-to-back region championships, and we just got to get over that hump. So we've been working really hard this offseason, really excited for what we're going to do this year, and just got to keep pushing and try to at least get back to that same spot and then progress forward. So,
good deal.
Yes, sir.
Now, talk about the two guys that you brought with us today, just who they are and what they mean to the program and their impact.
Yes, sir. So number 6, Jovanny Gonzalez, plays the Mike linebacker position for us. He's, you know, he's an animal on the field. I mean, he's all over the place. Looks like Troy Polamalu out there with the hair out the back of the helmet. But he's a heck of a football player, man. He's coming off an injury from last season. He only got to play half the season, but you know, he was a constant presence, and he's always been a leader. So we're really excited to have him back, healthy, ready to go. And I anticipate that he's going to have a really successful season for us and help us out in leading that defense. And then we've got number 34, Jamari Hale, who plays defensive end for us. Had a great season last year, kind of a breakout season for him. First year on varsity, and he's one of our strongest guys in the weight room. He's put in some great work, and you know, he's a menace on that edge. So we expect to see some great things from him, and you know, have a solid defense as well as offense and special teams, and just be the best football team we can be each Friday.
But speaking of being the best, to be, like I said, last year, looking at those numbers, it was a record-setting year. The 11-2 record, the best since 2003. Then you popped off 490 points, which is the most in program history. I mean, to think of the history of Fleming, 490 points, which is impressive. And then, of course, you know, back-to-back regional final games. So I guess the biggest thing is, you know, another part to this thing is just the culture that you've built. I mean, it's just impressive to see what you've done. Like I said, in the first year, you guys were in the 8 hole, made it to a regional final, and then you were on the other end of it this year. But I mean, they're really buying in. It seems like you're buying into what you expect. Now in the third year, it seems there's an expectation now after 2 years with your program.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's the same as it's been since year one. We try to go 1-0 every day and have the right attitude. So we approach everything with a winning mindset and just attack each day and try to be successful each day, because if we can stack wins during the week, we can, you know, have more of a chance to be successful on Friday nights.
Now, Coach, looking at your schedule, I mean, it's it's stacked. You open up the year against the Class 4 defending champions, Verona, August 29th over there at Shirley Stewart Field and Killer Miller Track. And then, you know, looking at your schedule, it's interesting. You only have 4 home games this year. You picked up Verona and George Washington. You drop off with Hidden Valley and Halifax County, and the rest of your non-district schedule, of course, Salem, Patrick Henry. And then there's the Blue Ridge District, which is challenging. So just your thoughts overall about that schedule, playing Verona to open things up, and just the schedule in general.
We actually have 5 home games.
5 home games. So let me do
we
the
are
math.
5 and 5.
Did I messed up on the math?
So we are 5-5.
There you go, my bad.
No, it's okay.
I'm reading I read a bad schedule.
It's okay. So, you know, we do have a tough schedule, but, you know, if we're going to consider ourselves one of the best teams, we want to play some of the best competition that we can get. And picking up a Verona and a GW Danville, and then keeping Albemarle, Salem, and PH on the schedule, you know, that's what we want. And I think it preps us going into our district play, and then should prep us for the playoffs, and we'll see, you know, what we're made of early. So we're really excited about it. And we got 2 solid scrimmages with EC Glass and Heritage as well. So really excited for the opportunity, and our kids are as well.
When you look at scheduling, and I ask coaches this all the time, some have different philosophies, but it seems like all the coaches around here, they have a philosophy to play the best. But also when you look at playoff points too, because you're you know, obviously in the Blue Ridge, you're playing some Class 3 teams, but strong Class 3 teams.
Absolutely.
But then, you know, in Class 4, I mean, you got GW and Salem, so you know they're going to give you a lot of points. And then you're playing, obviously, regional teams that are in your region, like Frank County in the district and PH, and then Albemarle. So I'm sure looking at it, that's got to be big to help you out, because you have a pretty good balance, because you really don't dip down to playing smaller classifications as much, but that's got to help for playoff points when you have your schedule the way it is.
Absolutely. You want to play teams that are also going to win outside of, playing you. Obviously, we want to get those wins on those Friday nights, but, you want those teams to win because it helps out your playoff points as well. And, the Blue Ridge District is strong. Those teams are going to win some games and help us out. And so we try to beef up we tried to beef up our out-of-season schedule, or our out-of-district schedule this year. And I think we did a good job of doing that. So, again, we're just really excited about it.
It just seems like, when I come over there and watch you guys practice, you guys are having fun. I mean, I know there's a plan and a goal, but it seems like these players generally like playing with each other. They love hearing what you have to say. How special is it to know to have a team that's buying in to what you're selling?
These guys love to compete. That's the main thing. And no matter where you are, I've been at Cave Spring. I've been at Fleming as a head coach. I've been other places as an assistant. I've been at Graham High School, who's been on a heck of a run here, winning some state championships at the 2A level. I mean, wherever you're at, you got to figure out what you're dealing with. And what we're dealing with at William Fleming is kids that want to compete and are fearless. So, it's a very unique opportunity, and it's a plus for me because, again, I've got great players. And as you said, they're buying in, they're working hard every day, and we just have to execute. So as long as you love each other, trust each other, and go 1-0 every play, the most fun you can have, is a win on Friday night because there's nothing like it. So.
And what's neat is, again, with your football stadium named after two iconic men, when you think of Fleming Athletics and Shirley Stewart and George Killer Miller, two great guys that coach football and also helped out in track. And you're kind of following their footsteps. How neat is it when you go out there, you look at that new scoreboard, you see Shirley Stewart's name and head coach George Killer Miller's name, to know that you're following what they were doing?
Obviously, William Fleming has a rich history of athletics, and the fact that we've named the field after Coach Killer Miller and then Stewart Track, that was a really nice touch. The new scoreboard, everything else, but there's also been some other great coaches, Coach Smith, Coach Martin, Coach Lovelace. I've come into a program with a good pedigree, so it's been fun. So we just got to continue to build, create our own legacy here at William Fleming. And again, it's about the kids, it's not about me. So as long as they're willing to put forth the work and execute the game plan, we're going to give ourselves a shot every night.
And at the end of the day, Coach, what do you feel it's going to take? You mentioned getting over the hump because you've been to 2 straight regional finals, really haven't got over that hump. What do you think it's going to take to make that hump, leap over that, and go a little further in the playoffs?
Just as players grow, coaches grow. So I think, our approach won't change. We just have to execute better as a program as a whole, and not get in our own way, you know what I mean? So, and I think that's anybody. If you stay out of your own way and you focus on the task at hand and don't worry about the other team, just focus on your job, we'll have a really good shot at doing what we want to do. So just execute, fight, and just keep pushing and try to pull out a win every single Friday and hopefully a couple Saturdays.
Good deal. Well, Coach, you're awesome, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
Nick
you.
Leftwich, head coach of William Fleming Colonels again. William Fleming, they get the season started at home on August 29th. They take on the defending Class 4 champs in the Verona squad, and we put a bow on this part of the Friday Night Blitz Media Days as we get you ready for the 2025 season.
Jovanny Gonzalez, Jovanny, Gonzalez.
Where you go to school?
I go to school at William Fleming High School.
Position?
Middle linebacker.
And what year are you entering?
My senior year.
Your senior year, right?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool beans. Well, I mean, hey, y'all had past 2 seasons been kind of wild over at Fleming. It's been kind of hype, right? Yeah, I know y'all been hype. Yeah, I know. I know last year you guys made it all the way region finals. Tough loss against LC Bird, but I mean, winning seasons past a few years. How do you I know you guys lost some guys. You lost a specific dude as well, but I mean, how do you kind of get your mind right and plug back into this and try to make another run, hopefully this time to a championship?
Continue to put in the work throughout the summer, off season, and then just building chemistry in practice, and just moving forward. Not thinking we missed too much. We have a lot of young talent, so them coming up and getting some varsity experience this year.
I think it'll
be good.
the Colonels, you guys are never rebuilding. You always are in a reload situation. That's kind of what I know. That's kind of what you just said, but is that kind of like the feeling right now to try and get some of those younger guys up?
Yes, sir. And then we also have people who've been playing varsity for a while now, so we have experience in that as well.
Being one of those guys that brings that experience there and a senior leader at the same time, how are you used as kind of like an extension of Coach Leftwich? I mean, I know you probably have to get on some of these dudes, right?
Yes, sir.
You have to get on some of these dudes. How do you kind of be an extension of Coach?
I like to hold people accountable, for their mistakes, not skipping reps, doing the whole workouts, not being in the back of the line trying to, skip any drills or anything like that. Just be a leader, and a mentor.
For you personally, what's this kind of journey been like so far? I mean, you guys have been able to do some pretty amazing things, and I think some people, each year y'all enter the season with like this huge chip on y'all's shoulder, rightfully so. Is it really to prove a lot of people wrong, or is it really y'all just doing what y'all do?
Just doing what we do, just wanting to be, winners and going 1-0 every week.
And just in terms of the guys that you've been with for a minute, like I said, senior year, this is kind of you're gonna play your first game. I know that's a rough one to kind of digest, but being with this group of guys, what have they meant to you from not just the young guns in the team, but the senior guys?
They mean a lot. We build a lot of chemistry on and off the field, getting extra work, staying after practice to get some extra work in as well. And I feel like we built that chemistry over the years, so they do mean a lot to me.
Coach Leftwich has really kind of just come in here and just kind of raised the bar every single year. What is it like having a coach like Coach Leftwich? I mean, he's a local guy. He'd been there before. I mean, he didn't really leave or go anywhere. He went down the street, comes back. What does it kind of mean to have a guy like that be your coach?
Means a lot. He a great leader and mentor, also on and off the field as well. He has a great relationship with all his players, and I feel like he holds us accountable as well for everything. Teaches us discipline, and not only to be great football players, but to grow up and be grown men after high school.
What's kind of like the identity of this team going forward? I think we kind of knew what the identity of this team was last year. There was a guy that was a running back, and then the defense and doing what you guys did. It's kind of crazy. What would you say is kind of the identity of this team, or is it still forming with some of these young guys?
I think we still have great defense and a great offense. We're also bringing up young men as well, and they should learn to be great just with us.
Cool beans. And I know you guys are kind of the first games. You guys are just gonna have to put it out there and see what you're made of. I mean, how do you kind of approach this schedule that you're all about to have?
We just look at those games as another game. Another week to go 1-0.
Cool beans. Mary, we got anything? Nothing.
You already, because I was going to talk about the defense and the.
Okay. Cool, man. All right, man. You did a good job. That's fine.
Thank
Jamari Hale, Jamari Hale.
All right, what school you go to?
William Fleming High School,
Graduating year
2026.
and position.
Defensive end.
Okay, bad. We got defense now. It's bad. All right, well, let's start with defense. I mean, last season, y'all were putting in work. I believe y'all only let up like so many points. I think it was a total of like 490, if I'm wrong here. But just talk about what it meant to hold you guys accountable, knowing that you guys are going out there doing what y'all need to do on that side of the ball.
Well, we just want to make sure that we help out our offense. We got a very passionate group on defense that love to work. We lost some good players on defense, a linebacker, a DM, but we got people that's ready to work too. We just have that mindset every time we go out there on the field. We don't want to get scored on, so
Exactly.
it's gonna work.
Looking ahead to this upcoming season, how's the off season been? How's the preparation? Do y'all feel like I got the same mindset, or has it kind of enlightened more?
I feel like our mindset is like we want to work even harder. Like we lost a lot of people that were captains and seniors that set a high, standard for us, and we just want to come out there and just work harder than they did and just do better.
What do you
get
look
better
forward
each season.
to most for your upcoming season?
Um,
Senior year?
right?
Ooh.
Just leave it all on the field. That's all I want to do. Just do better than I did last season and just help my defense out, help my team out, here to win.
Let's talk about your schedule. You guys are only going to have 4 home games, and a majority of them all on the road, picking up, new teams and things like that. That fan base, every time I was there, it was insane. The community poured out, and it showed, especially when you guys executed every Friday night and picked up wins. What's the difference? Are you hoping everybody come and travel with y'all? I mean, those 4 home games probably be sold out, no doubt.
Right.
But just talk a little about the community aspect of it and how having that fan base is actually a good thing.
Yeah, I hope that a lot of people come out there and support us because it really does help us a lot. When we got the crowd behind us cheering us on, it's just like, it brings the energy, it just gets everybody going. And that's what we need, that adrenaline, that drive, it's all there. When we got our people behind us and we know that they're there.
Yeah, for sure. Who did y'all pick up? All right, so y'all got, y'all got the champions in, y'all's schedule, and then also Georgia and Washington. Tell me a little about each team, what you kind of know.
From just like last year, I know Veronica's a very good team. They got some good players that are, they're going to the next level. They got some really good athletes that transferred in. It's just, we want to be the best. We want to be like kind of how they were last year and better. We want to make that. We went to regionals 2 years in a row. We want to make that, get over that hump and get there to that state and compete, going out there competing and beating a team like Verona is just what we need, prepare us for the playoffs. The harder teams that we go against, we want to be the best. So we got to go out there and beat them and play better than them.
And what about Washington?
GW, we played them like a couple of years back. They're a very talented, good team, very big up front. It's just another team that we just look forward to working and competing with and just being better than.
How's Coach Leftwich? I mean, it's his 3rd season now. I feel like he kind of settled in. Y'all welcome him with open arms.
Coach Leftwich, he's a great guy, man. He's a great coach. He's very easy to talk to. You can ask him anything. He's a very good coach. He just helps me with anything, on and off the field. He's just always there. He's a great coach.
Ryan kind of already asked your buddy over here, but what's the identity? What are you guys kind of hoping for? What should fans expect this upcoming season?
I feel like, going into the season, we're still finding it. We did lose a lot of pieces, but, we just going to be a very explosive, fast team, bring the energy, and just work. Just work.
What you been working on in the off season?
Whole lot. I'm just working on getting stronger, getting faster, being more explosive, using my hips, my hands, is just being better than I was last year.
All right, bet. You got a question?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I think that was it. Oh yeah, oh my God, I forgot that Bird game 10-7. It was like a low scoring game.
I got hurt that game.
You got hurt that game?
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
All right, I think we're good. Yeah, let's go into
Just be careful.
yeah. Okay, hold it.
So.